One person died and 2 others were injured after an explosion damaged several homes on Philadelphia's north side early Sunday, according to authorities. According to Associated Press, firefighters responded to a report of an explosion just before 5 a.m., according to the Philadelphia Fire Department. Daniel McCarty, the department's executive officer, said there was extensive damage to about 5 homes, including collapsed structures. One person died and 2 others who were rescued remained hospitalized. McCarty said both were elderly women, and one was reported stable while the other was in critical condition. Crews were expected to continue search and rescue operations. The biggest thing is the stability of the surrounding houses, making sure that this hazard doesn't spread, McCarty said. This will be an extensive, all-day operation for the Philadelphia Fire Department. Authorities had not determined the cause of the explosion. At least 71 people were killed in Israel's attack on Tehran's Evin prison, a notorious facility where many political prisoners and dissidents have been held, Iran's judiciary said on Sunday. According to Associated Press, judiciary spokesperson Asghar Jahangir posted on the office's official Mizan news agency website that those killed on Monday included staff, soldiers, prisoners and members of visiting families. It was not possible to independently verify the claim, which was broadcast on state television. The June 23 attack, the day before the ceasefire between Israel and Iran took hold, hit several prison buildings and prompted concerns from rights groups about the safety of the inmates. It remains unclear why Israel targeted the prison, but it came on a day when the Defense Ministry said it was attacking regime targets and government repression bodies in the heart of Tehran. The news of the prison attack was quickly overshadowed by an Iranian attack on a U.S. base in Qatar later that same day, which caused no casualties, and the announcement of the ceasefire. Jahangir did not break down the casualty figures but said the attack had hit the prison's infirmary, engineering building, judicial affairs and visitation hall, where visiting family members were killed and injured. On the day of the attack, New York-based Center for Human Rights in Iran criticized Israel for striking the prison, seen as a symbol of the Iranian regime's repression of any opposition, saying it violated the principle of distinction between civilian and military targets. At the same time, the group said Iran was legally obligated to protect the prisoners held in Evin, and slammed authorities in Tehran for their failure to evacuate, provide medical assistance or inform families following the attack. Jahangir said some of those injured were treated on site, while others were sent to hospitals. Iran had not previously announced any death figures, though on Saturday confirmed that top prosecutor Ali Ganatkar, whose prosecution of dissidents, including Nobel Peace Prize winner Narges Mohammadi, led to widespread criticism by human rights groups, had been killed in the attack. He was one of about 60 people for whom a massive public funeral procession was held on Saturday in Tehran, and he was to be buried at a shrine in Qom on Sunday. Israel attacked Iran on June 13 in a bid to destroy the country's nuclear program. Over 12 days before a ceasefire was declared, Israel claimed it killed around 30 Iranian commanders and 11 nuclear scientists, while hitting 8 nuclear-related facilities and more than 720 military infrastructure sites. More than 1,000 people were killed, including at least 417 civilians, according to the Washington-based human rights activists group. In retaliation, Iran fired more than 550 ballistic missiles at Israel, most of which were intercepted, but those that got through caused damage in many areas and killed 28 people.
سخنگوی قوه قضاییه گفت حمله صهیونیست‌ها به زندان اوین تاکنون 71 شهید داشته است. آقای جهانگیر افزود در بین شهدا علاوه بر کادر زندان، سرباز وظیفه، زندانی و خانواده زندانیان هم هستند. خسارات زیادی نیز به همسایه‌های محله وارد شده. سخنگوی قوه قضاییه همچنین گفت متاسفانه در این حادثه شمار زیادی نیز مجروح شدند که برخی از آنها در محل مداوا و برخی دیگر در بیمارستان بستری شده‌اند.
اوین هستش که به دو قسمت تقسیم میشه. از سمت چپ محل ملاقات کننده های زندانیان است که خانواده زندانیا وارد میشن میرن برای ملاقات کردن زندانیا و از سمت راست خانواده میان پیش دادیارای ناظر زندان که موضوعات قضایی زندان. اینجا مردم بیگناه، مردمی که برای کار زندانیاشون اومده بودن پیگیری کنن، اینجا یک سری آسیب دیدن که خونی که ریخته رو زمین مشاهده میکنید محل در واقع زخمی شدن این خانواده ها هستش و این رژیم دشخیم همه رو قتل عام کرد. این سالونی که مشاهده میکنید محل استقرار خانواده زندانی است که برای ملاقات.
اینجا همونطور که مشاهده
Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, has not appeared in public for more than a week. The atmosphere in Tehran is tense, the New York Times reports. Tensions are mounting in the country over the mysterious absence of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who has not been seen in public or made official statements for more than a week. This has caused concern among the public, the political elite, and even state media. Iranian state television anchor publicly addressed a spokesman for Khamenei's office with the question that has troubled the entire country. What is wrong with our leader? The answer was vague, just a call to prayer and assurances of security measures. The supreme leader's absence is particularly worrisome given recent events. Massive US airstrikes on Iranian nuclear sites, a retaliatory strike on a US base in Qatar, and an emergency ceasefire agreement with Israel brokered by Qatar and the US. According to insiders, Khamenei is allegedly hiding in a bunker and avoiding electronic communication due to the threat of an assassination attempt, but at the same time, no official information has been received about his condition, participation in key decisions. Amid the uncertainty in Iran's political circles, internal factions have become active. President Masoud Pezeshkian, known for his moderate policies, has called for a change in the country's style of governance and a resumption of a dialogue with the West. But the hard-line conservative opposition, led by Saeed Jalili, has sharply criticized him to his unexpected agreement to a ceasefire and a willingness to return to nuclear talks. The absence of Khamenei, who has the final say in military and government matters, is creating a power vacuum. Analysts warn that his failure to appear publicly in the coming days, especially at the Ashura religious procession, could indicate a deeper crisis than Tehran is currently admitting. Experts say that after spending nearly 2 weeks in a secret bunker somewhere in Iran during his country's war with Israel, the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, 86, might want to use the opportunity of a ceasefire to venture out. He is believed to be holed up, incommunicado, for the fear of being assassinated by Israel. Even top government officials apparently have had no contact with him. He would be well advised to be cautious, despite the fragile ceasefire that the US President Donald Trump and the Emir of Qatar brokered. Though President Trump reportedly told Israel not to kill Iran's supreme leader, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu did not rule it out.